Okay. Hello, beautiful people of Instagram. Let me close this so our sound is not traveling too much. Few things. Number one, I apologize for not. Okay, actually, no. Number one, this is my second time filming this video. I felt like I filmed like a get ready with me story time yesterday, but number one, the sound was terrible. Number two, when I talk, I get really passionate and I get like really into it. And so I didn't even finish all my makeup. I literally just got done with like my face and let that pass by. My face and my like eyebrows. I didn't get anything done. It was a good conversation. And so I rewatched the video, took some notes, and so I'm going to try this again. Hopefully it won't take, that other video was like 46 minutes long, so hopefully it won't take that long. Secondly, I apologize for not getting a video out last week. I did get really sick and I could barely do anything. I also had some family in town, so I just didn't have like the time and wasn't really in the mindset to sit down and talk. Thirdly, thanks for being here. Welcome back to Asia's Perspective, if I haven't said that already. Lately, I swear, like every week is like a new just realization of just emotions and feelings and acknowledging them and learning them and dissecting them and growing, and it's absolutely crazy. Also, my phone is even more cracked. I have a rig. It's all rigged up. I have a mirror behind here, so if I look, it's just because I'm checking. I'm going to try not to move too much because that was another thing that was annoying in the video yesterday was every time I moved, it like too close, like doing my makeup or whatever, it would go out of focus, so hopefully that does not happen. If I'm looking behind the camera, it's because I'm just seeing what's going on. Okay, also, I'm trying to use this for sound purposes. I am in the bathroom. That's just where like the best light is at right now. Oop, I know you heard that. So yeah, and without further ado, I think we're good to go. I am looking off a notepad. These are just like bullet points, like really good bullet points I made in my last video. So I'm just gonna try and rock with it and see where we get today. So today I really wanted to talk about just where I'm at as far as like healing. Sorry, I gotta. As far as like healing, is it going out of focus? Man, I'm so sorry. But again, on this channel, it's not about what I look like, it's about what I say. What I was saying is that I want to talk today about just basically healing in my man's apartment. First off, I want to start out by saying, if you need to hear it, no, not if you do need to hear it. You are beautiful. Not everyone's perfect. All we can do is try and be the most perfect version of ourselves, right? I'm kind of going to touch on self-confidence, self-esteem, what I went through, and how I'm now putting all these pieces together as to what caused me to live the life that I was living for quite some time now. So like I said, I've been doing a lot of self-reflecting in the man department. I guess I would consider myself, I don't want to say marketable, but I just feel like I'm in a comfortable enough position to, I might have been browsing the catalog, looking around, exploring my options. I'm saying that to say this, I am now becoming comfortable within myself and being able to trust myself to the point of being able to have better judgment when it comes with anybody else. And with doing that, I have noticed and come to terms with that not everyone is a narcissistic, gaslighting, abusive asshole. Yay! Oh, that's so exciting! When you're vulnerable and when you don't really know too much about yourself and you don't really understand too much about yourself, it's really easy to become victim to just be taken advantage of, and easy for people to convince you that they are what you need and they are what you're missing. So Sorry, I'm looking down to read my notes because I want to make sure I get everything because, I mean, I really killed that last video. There's just too much going on. Anywho, my last situation. My last situation was, I was very much under a spell, right? Because before I moved to Philly, I was traveling with my best friends. We were having the best fucking time, living our best life, you know, traveling all over the South, Southwest, Gulf Coast, living our best lives. Our best lives. So then by the time I got to Philly, I am on this high horse of, this is what I like. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is awesome. Life is good. Now I'm moving to this new place, got this new job. I'm fucking ready. And I was on a high horse. And so then when I got there and I met somebody that was on like a baby goat size of a horse, and then my vulnerability started to kick in. It was very much of like a pull me off the horse. That's not how this works. Get off your high horse. You know what I'm saying? This isn't the real world. What are you thinking? This is the real world. Pfft. Yeah, right. So the specific person who kicked me off of my high horse, I'm sorry. There it is. Okay, so he spent the majority of his adult life in Dallas, Texas. Now, I have lived in a lot of hoods, within a lot of cities, within a lot of states, right? And so everybody knows that different parts of the country are kind of known for their different things when it comes to hustling. So like Texas, Dallas in particular, but Texas, South, Gulf Coast, are known for like pimping. And so when you are surrounded by that, starting young, like that's what you're accustomed to, and you are just seeing how it works, and you're seeing these guys make this money, and you're seeing these women be loyal, and all of that, those characteristics are going to transfer as you get older when it comes to how you treat women. So I had the epiphany the other day. You know, I was talking with a family member. We had a really good conversation just about, you know, I'm getting to the point of just opening up and recognizing the things that I've gone through and not trying to just force them down and keep them down and suppress them, because they're not going to go anywhere. They're just going to get more pressurized, and they're not going to turn into a diamond, trust me. So we were having a good conversation, and this dude was pimping me. And when I say pimping me, I don't mean like selling me to other people and benefiting off me and my body and all of that. It was more so like a characteristic factor, right? It was, you know, we would go get food, and this person would order an entree, and then would give me, you know, whatever he didn't finish or whatever he thought that I could eat because I'm a small girl. Now, mind you, we were struggling, we were broke, I get that, but we weren't broke by God's will. We were broke because somebody had an atrocious gambling problem. Now, mind you, I'm going to talk a lot of shit about this person just because they really damaged me, but let me clear the air. I was not the perfect partner. I was not, and I would never claim that, but there wasn't that much for me to like. There wasn't that much like cohesive givings from one side for me to kind of like match with and kind of like give that much. You know what I'm saying? Like there'd be nights where like we're hanging out, and you know, I just wanted to like chill or just watch a movie, or I just wasn't really feeling like in the mood. And so then I would get the guilt trip of like, you know, you're gonna SSD, and I'm like, nah, like I'm good. I just want to chill. Oh, well, you're my chick. Why are you in my bed? Like, how do I have a whole chick in my bed who's not going to S my D and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, first of all, what? So I spent a lot of time, you know, having just sex I didn't want to have. And now don't get me wrong. It wasn't like you're going to do this and you're going to like it to like an extent. But still, all the time that we had all this just kind of like one-sided forced sexual encounters, we could have been using that time to like bond more, hang out more, go out and do stuff, go out and see things. But that wasn't it. I literally felt like a live-in cleaning sex doll. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing was ever for me. Nothing was ever for me. And it's really sad because I also, I've met my fair share of people who do live the life of prostitution and do live the life of glorifying a man, as a pimp and all of that, and as protection and taken care of and all of that. I've met plenty of those women. And it's awful. It's heartbreaking. It is absolutely heartbreaking how the reverse psychology is, if you make me money, I will protect you. I have your best interest. Follow me, trust me, believe in me. That is such bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, let me just make sure. So it's like, when you're going through these relationships of pleasing somebody else and making sure somebody else is happy and giving your all to somebody who has none, it becomes so overwhelming. And before you know it, you're going to snap. And everybody snaps in different ways. Some people snap into the forever mindset. Well, this is it. This is forever. This is what I got. This is what I'm dealing with. Some people snap into coping with substances or some kind of just reliever of that terrible, terrible pain. And I mean, here's the thing. I'm a very karmatic thinker, right? And so by that, I mean, I believe in like everything happens for a reason. I believe that you get what you put out. So when I was in this relationship, I literally dragged myself further and further down into depression, trying to figure out what I did to deserve what I'm going through. Lord, what did I do? Lord, please tell me what I did so that I can try and make it right. Please, why am I in this hell? Why am I in this present day hell? Please tell me what I did to do wrong. Here's the thing. I have learned recently that things don't happen to stay. Things happen to change, right? So I wasn't put in that situation, and we aren't put into these situations. And this like can go for anything, but we're not put into these situations to be stuck. We're not supposed to get stuck. If something new comes into your life, it's not for it to stay. It's for it to change whatever you have going on in your life that maybe isn't working or maybe just isn't right. Those kind of go hand in hand. Things are not made to stay, they're made to change. So, but this whole time, and I'm just learning that like this past week, this is not something that I knew and just ignored. No, I was in the mindset of, well, I guess I deserve this. I guess I did something to deserve this treatment and to deserve this disrespect and to deserve all of this. And it drove me crazy. It drove me so crazy. So crazy. And, in April 4th, it'll be a year that I finally got out of it. Did I think that was going to be a forever thing? Sure enough, I did. And I was forcing myself to just like, well, this is it. This is what it's going to be. This is what you deserve. It wasn't until I looked at myself in the mirror and saw nothing that I knew for the well-being of my life, I gotta go. So it took me grabbing at that little bit left of just me and pulling it back down and holding it tight and never letting it go. Believing that I didn't deserve it. Finally, after time and time again, people told me it all the time. Finally believing it, finally trusting it, and finally pursuing it. The only reason that I was able to get out of this situation was because I believed that I could. Bookmarking that, let's back up a little bit. Let's get a little deeper into my relationship. So, the sort of mental abuse that I went through was executed in a way to where, he was so good at manipulating. Top salesman, do I expect less? No. So he was so good at manipulating. And here's some examples of how, you know. The reason why I didn't have friends is because I told him one time, unos time, that if we're out and about, I told him about my I've had a couple of women on women encounters. I've been around the block, whatever, not in a hoe way, but. And I told him, if we're out in the world and we're having a great time and the universe and the space permits itself and we meet a situation that's safe and comfortable for the both of us and, all of that, then sure, I'm down. Oh, I wish I never did that. I wish I had never done that, said that, even put that idea into the air, because that's what automatically made me from a theoretical girlfriend to a more realistic bottom bitch. And for those of you guys who don't know what a bottom bitch is, pimps, bottom bitches are like the rock, the ride or die, the one that'll never leave, the one that's the most loyal. Okay, so we would go to strip clubs a lot, and I like strip clubs are cool. It's fun, party up. We're young, fuck it, woo, turn up. But the thing about it is that, and this happened with my friends as well, but it was almost embarrassing that every single time we were at the strip club, one of the first word vomits out of his mouth was, my girl likes girls, so it's okay. And then just trying to pressure a situation that I didn't want to do. I just wanted to drink and throw some dollar bills and have my own individual time. I didn't want to, I don't know. So saying that to say this, all my friends that I had, or even just females that were around, it was always is she for us? I'm like, no, that's just my homegirl. Oh, whatever, you probably just saving her for yourself. Excuse the frick out of me, what? No. So then that is turning so many different wheels of and just opening up so much more insecurity of why does he want to be, why does so badly every female that's in his presence, he's asking, is this for us, is this for us, is this for us? That made me feel so insecure and so unconfident. And so then my solution to that was okay, well, I'm just going to stop having friends. It's not even worth it. Not even worth it. And, it was just so messed up. It was awful. So before I knew it, I'm isolated, I'm alone, I'm unconfident. I'm everything that is the perfect storm to a situation that can fully be taken advantage of if the power is given to the wrong person. And that's what happened. I've been in another relationship that was more physically abusive. The thing about it is, I would rather get slapped in the face. And Shellen Lester said this. I hope I said her name right. I've been watching a lot of her, so I might be quoting a lot of her. Shellen Lester, if you ever watched my video, thank you. Boo boo, power up. Anyways, so the thing about it is, if a guy's gonna be invasive, I would rather be slapped in the face than told that I'm fat. Because if I'm slapped in the face, you're the bad guy, you're awful, you're wrong, blatant and obvious, duh. But if you tell me I'm fat, I'm gonna be oh yeah, I guess you're right. I'm gonna get right on that. I'm gonna start making myself throw up. I'm gonna start doing all this stuff. And then you just falling into that trap. First of all, when it comes to partnerships and relationships and all of that stuff, what is the point of being with somebody to tell them constantly and just to break them down, tell them they're fat? First of all, if you love somebody, I'm not even going to put that in air quotes, because if you love somebody, you're not going to tell them that they're fat. You're going to love everything about them that is them. That's them. If you love somebody, love them wholly. So I don't understand. I didn't understand for the longest the other side of that. I only ever know, I mean, I'm not throwing a victim pity party, but I only know the victim side of things. I only know the receiving end of abuse, not the giving side of abuse. God, that's hard to say. So now I'm going crazy trying to understand why, how, what the fuck, where, who, what, when, where, why, It's all about insecurities. It's all about insecurities. I feel like a good amount of ratio of relationships, the one who is being abused is actually way stronger than the one who's doing the abusing. But the one who's doing the abusing is using breakdown methods rather than build-up methods. We want build-up methods. We're not expecting, nor do we want breakdown methods. When we have breakdown methods in our life, it makes us question ourselves. Well, do you see something I don't about me? Wait, maybe he's right, or she's right, or maybe I am fat. Maybe my feet are big. Maybe I am too tall. These are all examples of things I was told. Maybe I am this, maybe I am that, maybe I am, never fat. I was always told, I always felt really self-conscious about being too skinny. But anyway, insecurities. And so Shallon Lester, I believe. Ooh, I don't know. Anyways, she says this great thing, and it stuck with me ever since I've heard her and, started watching her, and she said it a few times in different videos. There is a difference between cold-blooded animals and warm-blooded animals. What's the difference? Let's explore. So, cold-blooded animals, snakes, reptiles, things of that nature. Excuse me. Ooh, they need and survive off of outside resources. Snakes need warmth in the sun to survive. They wouldn't if they didn't have it. Warm-blooded animals, their warmth and their survival and their ability to survive comes from within. Shallon uses the example Kylie Jenner to Rihanna, right? Kylie Jenner, hella plastic surgery, hella Instagram, hella everything that is, fuck, I need attention. Rihanna, quiet, silent, bad bitch, warm-blooded animal. We all need to be more like Rihanna. So, applying this to the other conversation, when you're with a cold-blooded animal, the thing about cold-bloodedness, we'll call it cold-blooded syndrome or whatever, it doesn't last forever when we're talking about it theoretically. You have the option to be cold-blooded or warm-blooded. So say that two cold-blooded animals or people get together. Okay, two negatives, don't make a positive. So cold blood with cold blood just means colder blood. I mean, abuse and abusive people are fucked up in the head, and their way of feeling better is making somebody else and dragging somebody else down to their level. Okay, so let's fast forward a little bit. I finally left that relationship April 4th last year. We'll never forget that date. Anywho, what had happened was I was so dependent on this person and I was so self-conscious about what he thought about me. Which was like, you know what I mean? I never felt pretty. I never felt beautiful. I never felt sexy. I never felt any of those things. I felt empty, like a limp noodle. Anyways, so then when I left, oh my gosh, my whole world just went from like super, super dying plants to now all of a sudden nuclear bomb blew the fuck up in my face. And I'm sorry for cursing, I'm just passionate. Anyways, blew up in my face. I don't know what is what. I don't know right from wrong. Who am I? Who was I? What was I doing? What was I thinking? Wait, was I right? Was I wrong? Did I deserve that? Did he deserve that? What, all of a sudden my goggles were taken off, and it's like when you're wearing like night vision goggles in a dark room and someone turns on the light, you're like, whoa, and then it takes a minute for your eyes to adjust. That's like what I was going through. And then, I mean, it made it even harder because, I'm trying to get clean, and I ended up relapsing because of all of this chaos. And then on top of that, who am I? Where am I? What am I supposed to be doing with myself now that I'm not being somebody's hoe? Now that I'm not being pimped out, what do I do? So, when I moved to Philly, moving to a new place, never been, didn't know anybody, my survival way of thinking was, okay, just get on your feet, get a job, get a place, look like you're doing good, you'll feel like you're doing good, you will be doing good. Make sure everybody sees you just doing good, right? So, again, I was a different place when I first went to Philly. So now, I mean, that's all that I know is survival at this point. So, survival tactics when I was by myself. What do I remember? Okay, get a job, get a car, get a house, look good, do good, feel good, all of that. Let's do it. The thing about it was, there's a difference between abstinence and recovery, but that's a whole nother video. I was being abstinent. I wasn't recovering from my addiction or my abuse. And so, I still very much had a lot of those like gross, I need somebody to take care of me, I need somebody to assure me, I need somebody in my life. I still had all those weird like anxieties. So, I mean, the only thing that I could think of that I could get in a day, and all I had to do is buy some shoes or this, that, and the third, be a stripper. I love strip clubs. I love the vibe. I could do it. I'm decent looking. Why not? Okay. So I moved in with my friend who, Vera, if you ever watch my videos, I love you. We have a lot of talking to do. I'm going to leave it at that. Anyway, so, I move in with them, her and her partner and their baby. Before I did that, I had gone out with some girls. We had a girls' night, and I met somebody there who was looked like a boss, and automatically I'm like, ooh, boss. And so I, talked to him, had some drinks, whatever, exchanged numbers. He had seen me, so I moved in, decided I was going to dance, and then I saw him just out in the streets. And, obviously he remembered who I was because he texted me automatically, and said, hey, what's up? What are you doing? What are you up to? What do you got going on? I'm like, well, what do you mean? I'm just trying to get on my feet. And he said, well, lo and behold, he was like a young pimp. He was a young pimp, and he was looking for hoes to build his hotress, his hoe fortress. And I didn't want to do that, but I told him I wanted to dance. He said he would support me. He had this weird, safety deposit thing that he had these girls pay whenever they were, new on board. First of all, what kind of reverse psychology is that? You give me a safety deposit, and I'll keep you safe and do you good, and you just got to do the dirty work. What the fuck kind of shit is that? I didn't pay that because I'm not hoeing. I'm trying to start a stripper career, and the easiest way to do that is with some muscle, right? And when I say muscle, I mean he's already in with the clubs. He's already got girls working at the clubs. He knows a lot of guys with a lot of money. I need the muscle. So he gave me a little business loan to get on my feet and all of that. And then bada boom, bada bang, we were in business. And so this all started, and then, eventually I relapsed. And the thing is stripping didn't make me do it, but stripping enabled me to do it, right? And so but before that, I was making money. I was doing good. I was feeling myself. And I'm sure, if I didn't end up, changing my life, I would have made a lot of money. Would I be happy? I don't know. Would I be insecure? I don't know. Would I have a shit ton of plastic surgery and be half of who I really am at this point? Probably. I don't know where it would have gone. It wasn't supposed to go there. That's why I am where I am now. Anyways, I was doing that, but then I relapsed. And, it wasn't until I lost all of that, right? My whole stripper game that I built up, I lost all of it. I had regulars. I was in it to win it. But then once I started using, doesn't matter what you're doing, stripping, surgeon. When you start using drugs, you don't go to work as much. You don't care as much. It comes with the territory. So I lost all of like my empire that I had built. Now, is that like an ideal career? No. Was it working for me? Yes. But, it took me losing even that, to just recognize like, okay, I've got a problem. If I can't even maintain a stripper career, I've got a problem. I'm depending on people. Who the fuck am I? Who am I? What am I doing? The only reason why I went from a cold-blooded animal, which I was at that time, to a warm-blooded animal was because I believed that I could. I trusted that I could. I cut out, and there's stripping and then how many months? 4, 5, 6 months later, we're talking. Well, maybe closer, almost a year, probably like 8 or 9 months. Okay, since all that happened. Okay, so it took that amount of time to be where I am right now, a warm-blooded animal. As of as of like a month ago, would I even consider myself a like lukewarm-blooded animal? Right now, I'm feeling like a warm-blooded animal. And the only thing that allowed me to do that was believing that I deserved better. That's the only thing that's going to save you. Making that decision puts you one step closer to being a warm-blooded animal. If you're too insecure and you need all this attention from other people, you're a cold-blooded animal. Like I said, you're insecure and you have some kind of underlying unhappiness with yourself. The only thing that's gonna make you happy is you making the decision to do so. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop throwing pity parties, okay? I used to do this thing where I was just like obsessed with telling people what's wrong with me. Oh yeah, I feel like shit. Or like just telling people what's wrong with me, right? Playing the pity card. Playing the pity card, it gets you pity. Does it get you respect? Maybe. Does it, playing the pity card is just it's not something I recommend. And it took me a long time of playing that card to realize it, because even though I was playing the pity card, I still was not satisfied with the attention that I was getting. Because everyone wants to be a bad mama jamma. Everybody deserves to feel like being a bad mama jamma. Okay? What makes you a boss ass bitch or boss ass boss is you deciding to be one. But again, you have to be conscious enough and trusting in yourself enough to know that you can do it on your own. Going through all of this and going through the pain that I went through, things happen to change. I learned everything that I don't want. I learned red flags up the wazoo. I learned red flags that I ignored. I learned who I am. Stop depending on other people to make you you. Followers don't make you you. Compliments don't make you you. Attention doesn't make you you. You make you you. Everything else follows. Who doesn't love a compliment? I fucking do. Tell me about myself. Tell me how pretty I am. Cool beans. Does that make or break me? Used to. Doesn't anymore. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. I am so numb to other people's opinions at this point. I don't care if I'm 5'7". I'm done claiming 5'5.5". I'm not that. I'm done feeling like my feet are too big. They're not. So I had to stop wearing shoes that were too small for me. I'm done feeling like I should only eat so much because I'm a certain size. No, I'll eat whatever the fuck I want. I'm done feeling like no wonder why no one's listen here. Okay? Nobody deserves any sort of attention from you or any kind of, what word do I want to use? Whatever. Nobody deserves any kind of influence in how you feel about yourself. You make you. Nobody else. People who like put on a front and try to pretend to be someone that they're not, that is never going to work. You weren't put in this existence, in this experience, to be somebody else. You were put here to be yourself. Follow your lightning in a bottle. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy, because you're never going to be happy trying to do what makes somebody else happy. You weren't put on this earth to do that. Now, if you meet somebody, you guys can coexist and you both know that, like, look, I'm doing this because it makes me happy. And then they're like, look, I'm doing this because it makes me happy. Like, fucking right. That makes me happier. Fucking right. That makes me cool. But I'll be damned if I continue to live a life for somebody else's unhappiness, because I am kind of a bright person, like energy-wise. So when I had this tendency to be Captain Save-A-Ho, and I would see somebody in the dumps or somebody that's like in a dark vibe, I'm like, here, I've got a lot of bright energy. You can have some. I'm literally giving it into a black hole. If they haven't figured it out by now, they never will. Or they will, but let them do it on their own. We can't be Captain Save-A-Hos out here. Whew, okay. How much time do I have left? Okay. Anywho, so I have been thinking a lot more about like what I want to do in particular, like with my existence and with my experience. And, age does not equal knowledge, right? Experience equals knowledge. So what do I want to do with all of my knowledge? What do I want to do with all of my bright light? I want to put it in a place where it's appreciated, where it's allowed to grow. I want to plant seeds that'll grow. I don't want to keep watering seeds of nothing. It's like planting empty seeds. They're never going to grow, but you can water it and water it and water it all you want. Never going to grow. I want to plant my full seeds of me into a life where they will grow and they will be protected and appreciated. I really want to make a big difference in this world. Shooting for the moon and aiming for the, I don't know. I don't know how it goes. Anyways, I really want to make a big difference out here. And these things that I'm learning and experiencing, it's not for no reason. You don't go through things for no reason. Again, change is not made to stay. Well, I said that backwards. Things are not made to stay, they're made to change. We are given what we go through for a reason. Don't get stuck in a bad situation when all that's supposed to be is a life lesson. All it's supposed to be is an elevation. All it's supposed to be is the barrier to the next level. Don't get stuck under that barrier. You can get through. You can get there. But you got to break the barrier. You got to break the barrier. If you don't break the barrier, you get stuck. You get stuck at whatever elevation you're at. When who knows how high up you're really supposed to go. Don't settle. Don't settle. Don't settle. Don't settle. Don't settle. Whew. Anyway, I am just so grateful and so glad to be alive. And I'm so happy to have this platform to be able to just share my knowledge and my experiences and all of that, because man, there's just such a vast community of not even just women and men who go through this and they get stuck under the barriers. You know what sucks even more about being stuck under a barrier is being stuck under someone else's barrier. You're definitely not going to get through that barrier. The only barriers you have the tools to get through are your own. Get through your own barriers. You only were given the tools to get through your own barriers. Break your own barriers. I want everybody to know this. I want to spread this. I'm so passionate right now about just helping people get free. I'm all about freeing people. I want people to be free. And God damn it, I'm not going to stop at anything to free my people, to free anybody. Free whoever is stuck. You're not stuck. You're not stuck. You're not stuck. Break through the barriers. And trust me, when you break through that barrier, damn right there's going to be another one. But just take the tools that you use for this one and in between that you found and break through that one. Never stop breaking barriers for yourself. Never. And on that, I think I feel better now. I feel good now. Thank you guys so much for all the support thus far. I really appreciate it. This is just the beginning of an amazing time here on this channel. And then, from here, we will see where life takes us. I'll link my Instagram down below. If you have any questions, concerns, just want to talk, chat, please reach out. Everything is discreet, unless, you don't mind me sharing a story, but I'm not really to that level yet. I just want to build more of like a get to know me sort of basis. But thank you so much for supporting and keep supporting. And if you made it through the whole video, thank you. This is a channel where we can just come, like, let's grow together. Let's get through some shit together. Let's do it. No one deserves to go through anything alone. So let's do it together. Bam, I'm into it. So thank you for visiting Age's Perspective as always. And follow me on Instagram. Subscribe, all that shit. I don't really care. Just love yourself. Love yourself. Treat yourself. Take care of yourself. Be a warm-blooded animal because you deserve it. Okay. I'll see you next week. Hopefully I'll be on time with a video, but if not, whatever. I'll get there when I get there. No pressure. Have a great night, day, life, everything. Please, please love yourself. Please, please break through barriers. You deserve it to yourself. Don't try and be anybody else. You're meant to be you. And that's all you're ever going to succeed at being. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, bye. Oh, where's the button? This is awkward. Okay, bye.